the moment I stepped out of my comfort zone, everything happened for me. So I think the motivation would be just get out of your comfort zone, because I know we've heard this and we've seen this in quotes on our phone wallpapers, on our mobiles, on posters, but nobody really does it until they do it.
Hi, my name is Karishma Sharma, and today I welcome all of you on Biopatrika Bharat Startup Talks. In this show, we talk about the people, their ups, their downs, what kind of journey they have adopted during their entire scenario of success, how badly they have come up for their dreams. We talk about their setbacks, their time, their journey that they have taken and they have adopted to achieve the pinnacle of success. So today, we are having the legendary women. She's not only the legend one, she's not only the entrepreneur, she's legend by her skill, as she is a versatile one. So please welcome the guest of the day, Miss Palakh Khanna, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, thank you for joining us in our show. So, ma'am, it's being a pleasure for us that you are with us. So, ma'am, can you please brief us about yourself, that what you are, what you have done till now?
Yes. So, hi everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for having me. I am Palak. I am 19 years old. As an introduction, I think I'm a student, I'm a social entrepreneur, I'm a content creator, I am a youth change maker, I'm India's 20 under 20. So, that's just all about me. I love to do a lot of things because I'm passionate about a lot of things. And I think creating change is all about creating change in every way. So, yes, that's all about me.
Okay, so you have created a lot of change, ma'am. I can see that you are a CEO of Break.The.Ice. You are a world record holder. So, ma'am, I have a question that so how you have turned out this year from a normal girl and to be a versatile girl, and right now you're going to be a future entrepreneur, a big dynamic woman. So, what is your take over the same? What make you turn this versatility into a dynamic personality?
I think I don't know. It just happened during the pandemic that I thought I will explore a lot of things. And before the pandemic, I was just a normal student who was way too much focused on marks. I used to just study. I was a huge nerd. So I really didn't do anything other than studies before the pandemic. But during the pandemic, there was this very random moment that happened where I overheard a conversation between my mom and my domestic help. She was shying away from a conversation about periods, and I thought, you know what, all of this is such natural processes that we're not talking about because there is a stigma attached to it. So that's why I opened Break.The.Ice, and that's why I started exploring everything else. And gradually I came on LinkedIn and I started creating content. So I think everything happened within the last 1.5 year. During the pandemic, I just thought, why not get out of my comfort zone and try to do something other than just studying? Because I had that time where I really had to do nothing. Online classes were there, but honestly, you want that exposure in the time that we were in. So, yes.
Okay, that's really great, ma'am. So, what was your motivation during this? Have you started yourself turning to be to being a CEO of Break the Ice? I will come to that part also. So, what was your motivation throughout this journey, ma'am?
Again, I think it was that incident only when I overheard that conversation. I think that was the first motivation, because otherwise I am a big introvert. I don't interact with too many people. I think it has changed now, but I was a huge introvert earlier, and I never thought that I could even talk about normal topics, let alone taboo topics. So I think all
Yeah.
the motivation came from that one incident when I thought, you know what, I really need to step up and do something, because I've always wanted to create change, but because I was an introvert, I never really stepped out of my comfort zone. I said, "Dekha jayega, when I grow up, I'll see if I can create any change." But through that moment, I realized maybe this is the way I can create change. So I think all of it is the motivation behind it.
It's really nice. So, the changes you have bring out, is there something that you have bring the change inside yourself also in terms of during learning process?
Yes,
Something.
yes. I think transitioning from an introvert to maybe an ambivert, I won't say I'm an extrovert. I'm not. I need my own
Yeah.
space to, just recharge my social battery. But I think one of the biggest changes has been just enhancing my communication with people. And I absolutely love that I did that, because before that, I was a very underconfident person, huge introvert. And because of Break the Ice, because of all the other things that I went into, I've interacted with so many people that I've tried to learn from everyone who I met. So I think, yeah, it has helped me a lot.
That's really great, ma'am, that your learning skill is totally dynamic, the way you have come up and now the fantastic you're doing. So, my next question, ma'am, that what was your motivation to being turn yourself as an environmentalist or, making people aware about the challenges, that you have your own organization, Break.The.Ice, if I'm right, and you have your own team, you're working on a very good taboo project that you talk about, taboo topics you talk about, but all of a sudden changing that highway to a different platform you're coming where you are learning about environment. So what make you change this transition?
So it's very interesting that when I said that I always wanted to create change, I had always thought I'll create change in terms of the environment, because I was someone I have been and I am still very passionate about the environment. I think it gets neglected, and even if people talk about it, there is nothing that is being done. Even if we talk about climate change, we don't do anything at a personal level. So I thought that, I've also integrated it within Break the Ice, because again, it is a taboo topic. Climate change and environment is also a taboo topic, because again, we aren't doing anything about it. So there wasn't really a transition, honestly. I've always been passionate about the environment. In my school, the only thing I really did outside of studies, like I was mentioning, was going for environment protests and being a part of the environment club of my school. So I think that has constantly been something that I was very passionate about, and I thought, why not take that forward through Break the Ice as well as outside Break the Ice at my own personal level. So yes.
That's really wonderful, ma'am. Another big point that I came to know about yourself. So you are all right now an extrovert personality, talking about environment, the CEO. What are the other hidden silent talent I would like to know? Can you please brief to our viewers that that is not written on your LinkedIn profile, and we can be in touch with the same something.
Okay, hidden talents. This is very interesting. This is a very interesting question. I think a hidden talent which no one really knows is that I can play the Hawaiian guitar. When I tell that to people, even when I meet them, all of them are like, "What is a Hawaiian guitar?" So Hawaiian guitar is the Indian instrumental form of the normal guitar, the acoustic guitar, and I can play that. So yes, that's something that nobody knows on LinkedIn about me, because again, if you tell
No, ma'am.
people, they expect you to play it, but it is something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to keep it as a closed talent for myself.
Yeah, that's really great. So you are a guitarist also. You should mention your LinkedIn profile, I guess, so that other people can be aware. Okay, we can come for the training. Even I want to do a training, ma'am, if possible. That's a great thing. So you have your organization, ma'am, Break the Ice. Okay. So why such name Break the Ice? Is there any some logic behind this name? What about your team? How you have built up. Making convincing the people because you are so young and you have come up with such a big organization development. Okay, it's a big task. Hopefully you have done this, but I can understand it for the entire journey. Maybe you have faced the troubles. So why this name Break the Ice you have come up?
So I think, again, because I was talking about taboo topics, I thought I want to name it something that people will want to read about. And also because we are literally breaking the ice about taboo topics. So
Okay,
that's the idea behind it. You know, starting conversations and breaking the ice about things that people don't talk about. So that's the name theory behind it.
that's a great ideology. I guess I heard about Newton's law, capital law, and theory is something very different from the same. A different, I think. So are you writing something over it, ma'am, like about this Break the Ice, or this is something working on different aspect? Yeah, I'm saying, ma'am, in this Break the Ice, what actually your motto? What you are planning in the future with it?
No, no. So, in the present, what we are trying to do is build a platform where people are talking about taboo topics, from
Yeah,
mental health to menstruation to gender equality to climate change, everything about that. And in the future, we want to have an app where people come openly, anonymously talk about all things taboo, and also have a space where we can actually help people get mental help. So, we are in contact with professional psychologists. We want to bring them on the app and help people who really feel like they need that help to just go on the app, click on get help, and get free access to psychologists. So that's something in the making, and we do want to have an app in the coming future.
that's very great. So you are making the team for it, or you have planned already? The team is there.
No, no. So for Break Days, we have over 100 people in the team, and
Okay,
all of us have thought of just expanding firstly and then gradually having the app in the next 1.5 year.
that's really great. So you're turning yourself to be an engineer also right now, huh? Making the app. That's really great. It's great to know about your personality. What I have one curious question, ma'am, regarding like turning yourself not only the personality as you talk about your journey that you have done. It's really appreciable. But the youngsters right now, especially the girls, they are more inclined towards the fashion or something. Education. They are really want to be work upon their. It's happening actually. We can see the youth. Its direction is very different. Some of the people like you who are very very dedicated and like they have the charm, the star on their shoulder like you have on your LinkedIn. So what makes you किस एज में आपके माइंड में ये सब आया? At what age this thing tickle in your mind that you want to go and you want to do such kind of thing? At what age you thought of about this? Because maturity comes after 18, or I guess what make you think?
Again, I think I always wanted to create change, but in terms of maturity, I think it has come very recently. Like I mentioned, I was a huge introvert and I was extremely immature, I'll be very honest. I really didn't know too much about anything. And honestly, until the pandemic happened, I was not on social media. I did not have an Instagram page. LinkedIn, though, you won't even imagine as a 17-year-old. So it was just during the pandemic when I had the idea of Break.The.Ice. I came across LinkedIn and I was like, this is a great platform to get other people's opinions. And I joined LinkedIn to be that passive person who will read about other people's ideas, stories, opinions, controversial opinions. I love LinkedIn for that because people were really open about everything. And I came on LinkedIn to be a passive recipient of that information. And then I gradually realized maybe I want to express myself also. So I think everything happened just an year back. And in terms of maturity, I think I became mature because of the information and the content I was consuming. So I think around 7 to 8 months back, because before that, honestly, I was way too immature. So I won't take that credit.
That's really great. As you are a world record holder, so what another world record you are planning to hold, by the way? Something is going in your mind. So what type of world record, ma'am, you have done? Can you please can you please give a brief over the same?
Yes, yes. So I think whenever whoever is listening to this, all the listeners will be like, what does this mean? But I will tell you. So basically, when I started writing on LinkedIn, the official world record UK, the company, they actually reached out to me that they are featuring 111 women on International Women's Day for the work that they are doing and for the social impact they are creating. So I actually have a world record with 111 women. I am one of them. We all have created global social impact. So that's what the world record is all about. It's a collective world record, and we were actually awarded the world record on International Women's Day. So not a unique, I think it's very unique in the way that it has come across, but I think it's interesting in its own way.
It's really, terrific and dynamic. You come up with some ideology, you did the social work, and how long and how perfectly you have done to reach to that world level. That's really congratulations for this one. So I think it's
Thank you
really
so much.
inspirable for all the viewers who are watching it. Definitely, it's come up a great ideology. So, ma'am, I have another question. Like from for a girl. So, as you are from a normal family background or from a like education background, you are
Yes,
from
yes. So urban educated, yes.
educated family background. So have you ever feel that you are getting far away from education or something while doing all these things, thinking about such kind of stuff? Sometimes we get diverted. You are 19 years, you
Mhm.
have also a board, you had, I guess. So at
Mhm.
that moment, how you had managed your study and all this stuff, the pressure, peer pressure from parents' side, especially if you have
Mhm.
from education background, the parents are very, very cautious. So how you have managed all the
I
things?
mean, for me, it is very interesting. My parents never put pressure on me. It is only me who puts pressure on myself. So for me, everything is very different. I am the one who tells my mom that I haven't studied, and my mom tells me, take a break now, you've studied a lot. So the dynamic at our house and in my situation is completely opposite from a lot of people. And I feel I'm very lucky in that way. But again, since I'm putting so much pressure on myself, you're not that lucky because you're constantly thinking of improving yourself. Because I am an extreme perfectionist, so even when I used to study, I would be like, I have to complete this even if the exams are 2 months later. So I used to put that pressure on myself. So in terms of balancing everything, since I was that person who would do everything beforehand, it was manageable because I was trying to do everything beforehand. if the deadline is 2 weeks later, I have to do it today itself. So I kind of was able to manage everything.
That's really great. I mean, terrific once again you have done. So, one last question I have with you, ma'am. Like, what motivation or what lesson you would like to give to the youngsters, especially the girls who who would like to build up the personality like you, to being a versatile one, as you have a lot of things. Is there anything that you have not told to us? So you're free to talk about the same also, that we can also came to know. Okay, ma'am is this. So any message you would like to give from a local to a global right now? I would like to use one word for you, that you are from a local girl to a global one, a legendary. So what message you would like to give us for everyone?
Firstly, thank you so much for the appreciation. Again, I am constantly smiling. And in terms of the motivation, I think I'll be very cliche, but I mean, a lot of people say this, but it's really the only sentence I've focused on throughout my life, is that the moment I stepped out of my comfort zone, everything happened for me. So I think the motivation would be just get out of your comfort zone, because I know we've heard this and we've seen this in quotes on our phone wallpapers, on our mobiles, on posters, but nobody really does it until they do it. And when they really step out of their comfort zone, you'll realize that your life completely changes for the good. So I think that's the only motivation.
Is getting out from the comfort zone is making you a different one from a normal people. Yeah, that's
Yes.
really a perfect ideology you have again given to us. So it's really great to interact with you. A perfect session throughout. So how badly you have come up with your dream, as I said in the starting, and you did really hard. And I wish for your future interviewers that you will do last with your perfect journey. My blessings are there. So again, we can came across with wonderful
Thank
interview
you.
on you online. That's really great, ma'am. Thank you for giving me your time, and I hopefully to see you on this side. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Take care, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, bye bye, ma'am.